Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We'll get started shortly, guys. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Juan, welcome, Juan, welcome. We'll get started shortly. This evening is our Forex, cryptos, and futures market. All right, we'll go over the Forex, crypto, and futures market this evening. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. Forex, cryptos, and the futures market. Forex, cryptos, and the futures market. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. We get started, guys. Forex, cryptos, and the futures market. Forex, crypto, and the futures market. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Mary, welcome, Mary, welcome.
Hi.
Hello. Hey, Gerald, welcome, Gerald.
Where did he walk? Which cars?
Guys, we'll get started shortly here.
Okay.
So Forex, crypto, and the futures market. We'll get started shortly, guys. We'll get started shortly. All right, guys, let's go and get started. I'm going to share my trading screen. If you do not see my screen, please let me know. All right. So you guys should see my screen here. It should say Monster Futures. All right. The equity markets are closed. Hey, Bill, welcome, Bill. Stock market is closed tomorrow for the holiday. However, Forex market is open. Futures market is open. As far as sniper trader, we'll send the alerts out first thing Tuesday morning. Okay, so if you guys are trading sniper, all right, those picks will come out. Those alerts will come out to close the trades on Tuesday. Monday's a holiday. All right. Hey, Stella, welcome. Welcome. All right, guys. Let's go through the markets. All right. We've got some important information to go over. All right. Hey, Charity, welcome. All right. Let's go over what's happening in the futures markets. You guys should know that the Dow, S&P, Nasdaq closed lower. All right, on Friday, and we're currently it's down a bit, not much. All right, so here's the Dow in the futures market. The E-mini, Dow, Nasdaq, S&P, and Russell, they're all down, and the dollar is up. I want to take a quick look on the Dow E-mini. This is on a daily time frame. We have all sell signals, guys, all sell signals. All right, so that's the Dow, the Nasdaq sell signal here, right? Broke support, same thing here, right? You guys should see this, and same thing here for the rest. So we should be out of stocks if you're in any positions. Just make sure that you follow the individual trade. All right, so it should be nicely in the markup phase. No white candles, no red candles, no sell signals if you're trading equities. All right, so be careful. All right, as far as the dollar is continuing to move higher. Hey, Carlos, welcome. All right, so the dollar, here's a buy signal here on the dollar. This is, again, in the futures market here. We're breaking this resistance here on the dollar, so we're moving higher. The dollar is still the best play. There are some, we've seen some moves in the euro also, but we'll go over the dollar some more as we move forward this evening. Okay, but nice break of resistance, right? And the dollar is at 109. Okay, 109, and it's up this evening. Okay. All right. So out of all the currencies, right here, the dollar is the only one that's moving higher. Again, E-mini, Dow, E-mini, S&P, they're all down. All right. Bonds are down. We'll keep an eye on crude. All right. If we have a new up on crude and natural gas, that's all part of energy. All right. So we'll keep an eye on crude oil, energy stocks later in the week. All right. As far as just be careful. These are the weekly time frames. Weekly time frames on the equity markets, the Dow, S&P, Nasdaq. So selling is coming in even on the weekly. Okay, even on the weekly. All right. So be careful. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we're at 19,853. So it's holding, right? Holding near that 20,000 mark. We are still, before I move forward, any questions, guys? Any questions on the futures market? Any questions here? Any questions here? This is important. Any questions? All right, we'll talk about the dollar more, but in particular, if you guys are holding stocks, be careful, right? We might have up and down days, but overall, we definitely back in the markdown phase with stocks. Bitcoin this week, we'll look. It's trying to hold below 20,000, okay, which is right here. All right, right here. All right, and if you guys look here, right, we're getting lower lows, right, lower lows, and we're looking to test right here. That support right here is, I thought it was like 19.5, but it's more like a little below 18. Okay, so if we can get lower, we're still looking at a target of 10,000. All right, so clearly moving lower. All right, and we'll see. All right, we'll see. But lower highs, look here. So nothing much has changed. All right, lower highs. All right, lower highs. So clearly in the markdown phase. All right. All right, any questions on Bitcoin? And as you guys know, the rest will follow. Ethereum, same thing here. All right, same thing, a little farther of support, but same thing here. No buy-in coming in. All right. All right. Hello, Ray. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Let's take a look at the dollar. All right. So we'll take a look at the dollar. As you guys know, right, we've got, here's the dollar. Hey, Kawisi, welcome. Here's the lot. So keep an eye on this.
We'll get them.
All right. So keep an eye. Keep an eye on, and we'll continue to watch this. So here's the dollar here, right? And we are breaking resistance. So that's good. We are breaking resistance here. And we're starting to see that in here. And I know Forex has been choppy a bit. Okay, it's been choppy a bit, but try to stick with it. We are getting more pairs that are consolidating. All right. So we've got 29 out of 57 pairs, guys, that are, so half of the pairs are consolidating, the others are above 20, looking to break out. Okay. And as you guys know, we had more pairs, right? I think we had about 40, 44, 45 pairs, and even more that were above 20. So it's starting to slow down a bit. Okay. Things are slowing down a bit, consolidating. All right. We could see more pairs consolidate. If it continues, we could see it get in like the low 20s, even in the teens. All right. However, the dollar pairs are continuing to hold. So is anyone in the dollar pairs? Any of you guys in the dollar pairs? Anyone in the dollar pairs?
I am in 3 of them.
Okay, 3 of them. Charity, which ones are you in?
The CHF, SCK, and SGD.
SGD. Okay, we'll take a look at those. Hey, Sam, welcome, Sam. Okay. Hey, Zaire, welcome, Zaire. All right. So CHF, well, let's go through, let's do this. Okay, and again, keep in mind, right? Keep in mind, we've got the dollar index breaking resistance, buy signal, breaking the resistance. It's up currently. So that's what we're focusing on. All right. So ZAR, let's take a look at ZAR. So ZAR has a high buy signal right up here. I would be careful. All right. We like them to come through that markdown phase. That doesn't mean you can't trade this. Just be aware of where you are in, on the chart. Okay. Sometimes when this happens, when they're trading like this, if we get a breakout, we could get a nice move. Okay. But again, you see sellers are holding in that area right here. Okay. So ZAR is expensive, all right, but it moves. USD TRY, right? Not a lot going on there. Here is USD SGD. And the reason why these are high too, this is a guess what, right? Reaccumulation, still in the markup phase, okay? So, they're high, right, in your trading window. But again, we can still take them. Just be aware of where you are, right? So buy signal here, it's moving up. This is encouraging. These are following the dollar index right here, all right? And if you guys look here on the dollar index, it's high too. But look here, it's been trading relatively well, all right? On the daily. We know the monthly, weekly has been doing great. All right, SGD, SEK, look at this. USD SEK, we could see a big move, we could see a breakout. Let me say that. We could see a breakout, okay, with the dollar pairs. All right, still need a buy signal here. All right, USD NOK, all right. Still waiting on MXN, all right. So if you guys are not in, there's still some opportunities that are setting up if you guys are not in it. All right. Just be aware that is anyone, oh, okay. So Charity, you in USD CHF. Where was your entry at, Charity, roughly? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was at the buy signal.
Okay, good job. All right, good job, good job. Were you able to add to that, to your position?
No, I didn't add to the position because the other two were kind of acting a little weird. And then the right column there where the yellow is started to get less and less. So I didn't have a lot of confidence in doing that.
Okay, okay. All right, good job. And you're switching hats, right? So you're not in equities as much, right? And so that's what we want to do. All right. All right. So as equities slow up a bit, right, with your stock bars bull master, we want to kind of be nimble, right? So good job. All right. If things break out on the dollar, we could get a continuation. All right. I would keep an eye on here. All right. So we're near, see here. All right. We're nearing that area right here. Okay. So nothing to worry about yet, but just know where you are. We always need to know where we are in relation to, we'll take a quick look. I want to show you guys something this evening too. We'll take a look at month. Let me write it down. Forex Dominator. I want to show you guys what's happening in Forex Dominator. We don't talk about Forex Dominator a lot because I know it's really hard to stay on that time frame. But I'll show you guys what's setting up with the dollar. There. All right, good job, Charity. So, and then another pair you had was USDS, SEK. Was it SEK? USD SEK?
Yeah, and SGD.
And okay.
Both of those pretty much look the same.
Okay, okay. So, all right. So look to break resistance here. And guys, try to be patient with Forex. Okay. I know sometimes, things are happening quickly with Forex and we can get some great rotations. But this is kind of we don't have any big rotations here, but this is a slow and steady kind of market right now with Forex. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So Charity, yeah, looks good here, right? If you can break this high right here, right? Yeah, and they're all setting up similar, but they're all in the markup phase, right? Reaccumulation, so that's good. And then USD SGD. USD SGD, where is that? Right here. All right, so same thing here. And this one looks very similar to the dollar index. If we did a side by side, this looks very similar. Okay, and you're breaking out. You're breaking out. Again, this is a concern right here. We're getting near that high here. But if you guys look at the dollar index, here's the dollar index right here. You guys can see that. And then here is it right here, Charity. Okay. All right. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Sorry, with everything not trending on the right column, do you think that it would be good to scale up at this point on those two?
To scale up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't scale up this high. Yeah, I wouldn't scale up. Yeah. Yeah, that's a concern, and they're farther up, right? They're farther up. If you look on your chart, I mean, so we could get selling come in at any time,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, the hope is, right, the dollar index makes a big push higher. The nice thing is not for equity traders, right? But good for the dollar. So if the equity markets, right? So if the equity markets come down, if they continue to move down, that will help the dollar move higher. All right. I want to show you guys, and before I move further, any other, you guys, anyone else in the dollar positions or any other monster scalper Forex trades? Anyone else? Any other? Okay. All right, we'll come back to this. We'll come back to Forex. I want to we don't talk about we don't trade this I always say we're going to trade this, right? And we never really do. But I want you guys to see what's happening with Forex Dominator with the dollar pairs. This on a weekly time frame. Okay, this on a weekly time frame. And let's see here. I want to see here on a weekly. Keep in mind on a weekly time frame. I know. If you guys look here, USD CNH. Look at this. Every candle here is a week's worth of data. All right. Look at the move here. All right. USD DKK. Look at that. USD DKK. I can't even count the amount of pips. All right. Now this is back. Buy signal was back in 2021. And I'm not saying that, you would stay in this trade, right? But we can see what's been happening with the dollar. All right. USD HUF, right? Look at that. And that's just a tremendous amount of pips. And all these buy signals came in around 2021. So just kind of, that will give you guys, like Charity, your positions, just kind of, like I said, be patient because the overall trend is still long. Here is USD. Look at this, USD SEK. All right. And at some point, and you know, I don't. Once in a while, I'll hold a position long, like this. But it's hard. I mean, it's hard to hold for years at a time like this. But boy, if you could, you know, if you can just park some cash, right, and just let the thing run, right? Good, just really good trading opportunities in the dollar. But just feel okay that as far as the dollar now, as far as the dollar group, and we watched the dollar index. I just wanted to show you guys what the dollar pairs are doing, right, on a longer term basis. All right. Okay, here is USD HKD. Hey, Tylak, welcome. All right, just big moves, guys. Look at that. 2021, right? 2021. Since the buy signal, and clearly markup phase. Just amazing trading. All right, look at this. All right. And my goal is, and you know, I'll take the blame for this. We don't talk about this as much, right? You know, we've had Forex Dominator for over 10 years. And you know, I can't imagine we've you know, but the focus, you know, as traders, we, you know, even the daily time frame is a long time frame for us. So you can imagine the weekly, right? But you know, parking, few $100s, few $1,000s, and let it play out is not a bad idea. All right, especially if you're looking long term. And USD CHF struggling a bit, right? Struggling a bit here, and then USD SGD starting to break out. So I just wanted to show you guys what's happening in here. And then the top, look at this. Look at this. The number one trending pair in Forex Dominator is the dollar yen, right? The pair that I don't have a lot of confidence in, right? Look at that. The dollar yen, part of the yen group here. And look at that. Look at that. Amazing moves, weekly time frame. All right. That's the number one trending pair. And then let's take a look at pound CAD to the downside here. But boy, look at this one here. Can you imagine catching that? All right. Catching that. All right. All right. So at some point, we'll spend more time on here. Perhaps what we might do, we've missed this rotation here in the dollar. All right. So, but the next rotation, I'll make a note. I'll make a note that the next rotation in Forex Dominator, we'll put that out, and we'll track it. Okay. And try to get you guys in. Now, you're gonna have to stay in a while. All right. But there's nothing wrong with, you know, putting a little bit of capital, letting that play out. All right. Big trades here, big trades. All right. All right. All right. All right. That's all I've got. Any questions on anything, guys? Any questions on anything? Any symbols you guys want to take a look at? And we'll take, you know, things are slow a bit, so we'll take a look at even equities too. All right. So I'm going to open the floor. I'm going to open the floor. Any questions on anything?
Could we take a look at Genie equities?
What is the symbol, Charity?
GENI, Genie.
GENI, Genie. Okay. Let's see here. GENI. Okay. That's biotech, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your question on it, Charity?
Just that's the one last one that I'm in for this category, and I'm waiting to scale up on it. So it's a little sketchy because, you know, the industry as a whole is down. So I'm not even sure if it would be worth like scaling up. But then after you showed all the pairs on the weekly, then it kind of seems like it would be worth it at some point, you know, because kind of a longer trade.
Yeah, so let's take a quick look here at and what you guys have to do is, even with when everything is going haywire, crazy, right? Really just so you want to take a look at the sector, but always, always, always stay with the trade. All right. So here is healthcare. That's breaking down. Healthcare is breaking down. Biotech, we know it's part of biotech. We've got a red candles here. No sell signal yet. It's breaking down. So the only thing you've got, Charity, is your stock. All right. And I'm glad, you know, this is a good example of sometimes, you know, they will do their own thing, right? So, you know, obviously great markdown phase, right? Great markdown phase. This is a great buy that you did here. All right. It's holding no white candles, no red candles, right? So it's really bucking, right, the overall market. And that will happen. All right. It might have some great, you know, fundamentals or whatever, right? But they're holding it. They're holding it. Held support here, right? Didn't break down. You didn't get a sell signal. No white candles, no red candles. Yeah, I would definitely hold it. Stella has one too. That's really that's kind of bucking the trend also. So I wouldn't. Would I add? You know, with what's going on with the market, I would be careful with that. This would be ideally, this would be a great place to add. I mean, right here, you know, especially, you know, on this candle right here, even in here, but this candle right here is pretty good, you know, good confirmation. You know, you can add a little bit, you know, if you wanted to, but with everything else, you know, I'll be careful. But I definitely wouldn't close it, right? There's no need to close it. We can take a look at the weekly. Nothing really on the weekly, still in a markdown phase on the weekly. On the monthly, nothing there. So the daily is the only thing. And let's see here, it made a low of 226. I'm assuming your price, it fell from $24. Yeah, 24. So I'm assuming your price, you were at the buy signal around three and change.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just hold, but watch it. Keep an eye because it can, you know, you could get selling to come in. All right. And that's the only one you've got. You've trimmed positions.
Yeah. Yep,
okay.
That's the only one that hasn't given me a close signal.
Okay. Yeah, good job. And that's what we want to do. We want to rotate out, and then you've got some dollar positions also. All right. Stella, what was that one you've got? I want to take a look at that one stock you've got. Which one was it? The one that yeah, what's that symbol again?
It was give me a second. I'm actually in this one too. This GENI, like charity.
Oh, Jenny. Oh, okay. Okay.
That one. So I've only 3 left. I closed out all the others.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good. Good.
So
Better be safe. Better be safe than sorry, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was GTHX.
GTHX.
Yeah, it's still holding.
Okay, so look at that, guys. This is another one. This one in particular is still, and you guys will find this even with Forex, right? Where, and Charity, you mentioned, that, things are starting to consolidate here a bit. So even with things consolidating, Forex consolidating in here, we could still see the dollar pair. So pay attention to this, but also pay attention to your individual trades. And this is a good example where this is a biotech, part of healthcare. Stella has been in this since around, I think, $8 or so. And with everything that's going on with healthcare, biotech, all the sectors, we don't have a single sector. Look at that. All the sectors are basically, look here, all the sectors are basically down. All right. And this stock, it's doing its own thing. Right. And look at this. I mean, it made a high of almost $16 on Friday. All right. So just keep, this is a good example, right? So when we go through these rotations, we go through these because they will happen. You guys see what's happening. Or don't just close out your positions, right? Don't just close out your positions, right? Wait for that white candle or red candle, in particular, red candle sell signal. If it's not doing that, right, stay with it, right? Stay with it. And that's a good example with both positions, in particular, this position here with Stellar, okay? And where we were looking, I remember we were looking at a longer time frame here on the weekly time frame, and we were looking at a new buy signal here, okay? So Stellar, keep us side by side, right? Keep a chart on the weekly, right? New buy signal here on the weekly time frame. So I think we said you don't have any major, and guys, one or two stocks, it doesn't take, that could really make a big difference. Not that we need just one or two stocks. We're going to continue to trade, right? But you never know. Yeah, you can get a big move. All right. So if you look here, and everyone, this is a good example. So we don't want to throw everything out with the bathwater. All right. So good job holding on to this one here, because guess what? Right here, this is like a new move. This is like a brand new move here, right? Brand new move, right? Looking to target right here. All right. So at 25 is that's where the next resistance is. All right. All right. We won't count this. We won't even count this. Right. So 25 is where, right, is where sellers are really sitting. Okay. So not that you're guaranteed to get there, Stella, but it's good to know, right? It's good to know. And it's holding strong on the daily time frame. So good job. And then this is good practice, right? This is good practice. Being able to hold on your positions like this is really, really good practice, right? You're building that muscle, right? Right. So while everything else is going down, right? You're the only one here, right? Right. It's like, you're a pilot and you're flying, and you just got to stay focused, right, on what's in front of you. And that's what you're doing here, right? A little bit of resistance up in here, right? You got some resistance up in here on the daily, all right? But just wait for any red candles, be patient, red candles, right? Sell signals and then get out. Okay, good example, guys. Good example with both just those positions. Okay, and you guys should give Charity and Stella a hand for really. This is really good. And I remember Stella was concerned about it a bit, right? But she's been able to hold on. So that's where we want to get to, right? And you can have you guys, Peter has had trades like this, and you guys have had up trades like this, where you have one trade that really where you get a lot of your training from, a lot of your experience from. Okay. And I know, Bill, you've had some in Sniper, right? Where you've like, wow, okay. All right. Yep. So, this might be Stella, this might be your breakout trade, right? This might be your breakout trade that, helped you really stay focused with the trade. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. All right. That's all I've got. Sniper. So for you guys, those of you who missed this, markets are closed. Equity markets will be closed tomorrow for the holidays. So Sniper, your Sniper alerts will come out on Tuesday. So we'll send out some reminders on that. All right. So just be aware. Not Monday, Tuesday. Your alerts will come out. Okay. Let the markets, I wouldn't go, those of you who go short the markets, right? Or get puts, I'll be careful. All right, I'll be careful doing that. I'll just stay for now, just stay away from the equity markets. Stay with the dollar, right? Stay with the dollar. Where is it? Right here. Stay with the dollar. All right. Even with things are tightening, we can anticipate that this week. I think non-farm payrolls. When is non-farm? You guys know when it non-farm? I don't watch the data too much, but I think non-farm payrolls is this week. One second. Well, so it doesn't matter. So expect some. Usually the market slows. All right, before non-farm payrolls. Okay, so that's why we might see market slow down a bit here, Forex. But don't worry about that. Trade what's in front of you. All right, guys. All right. Good job, guys. Be patient with these markets. All right. We don't have any big moves happening. Right. No big moves. Slow moves happening with the dollar. All right.
David, I chimed in late. I'm sorry. It's 5 a.m. here in India.
Oh, hey, Tyler.
The Aussie dollar, they're all red up there. The Aussie pairs, they're all red. How about the Aussie New Zealand dollar? It caught my attention on Friday, the sell signal, and then, going short, going short on the Aussie dollar. There was a sell signal. Now it's retraced back to that sell signal. Is that a short opportunity right there?
Oh, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, we haven't spent a lot of time on the Aussie. I quite honestly, I haven't looked at it, Tylac.
Okay, no worries. It just caught my eye before the market closed on Friday. That's all.
Yeah. I know the Aussie dollar, if you're going to trade anything short with the Aussie pairs, you might want to trade the Aussie dollar, because as the dollar pairs here go higher, right, which is what we're looking at, the Aussie dollar, right, is the inverse. So it should go short. So if you want to play against the dollar here, that would be a good play. I don't like this. I don't like it as well. There isn't a clear path. The Aussie Swiss, look at that here, right? Not a clear path. All right. This one here, the Aussie CAD, you are breaking out, right? You're breaking out of support here. So this might be good here. But I just like the dollar moving more, you know.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you might find an opportunity here, right? But very choppy trading, not very clear. I prefer the dollar move. But like I said, if you wanted to go short the Aussie dollar, right? Or the New Zealand, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar here also, right? You might get a play here. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, guys. That's it, Tylak? That's it?
Yeah, that's the only one that caught my eye just recently, but thank you.
All right, all right. Safe travels. All right. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, guys. Have a good week. Just be careful, you know, watch your capital. Things are a bit funky. But you know, be careful with equities, and the dollar is the best play right now. All right. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good week. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, on Q&A. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.